there's a couple of hair falling out from it. It's fine. And I'm going to be reacting to some of your unpopular opinions. Now, this video is just for fun. If I say something that you do not agree with, it's all in good spirits, okay? Let's start. And actually, I'm going to start with my own unpopular opinion. I will sprinkle my own opinions in today's video as well. So, my number one unpopular opinion, and I know that it's very, 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 very controversial, but the warm side of the pillow is always better. I don't understand people that prefer the cold side. Why? If I wanted to be cold, I would just put my face to the wall. I just don't understand. When I'm sleeping, I want to be warm, even during summer. So I prefer the warm side of the pillow. Okay, now I will open your comments and let's start. Okay, I wrote the post a while ago. Let's see. They should teach survival skills in public schools. You never know when you're going to end up in bad circumstances. I agree. I feel like they should. I remember in my school we learned a few things, like how to recognize where the north is based on the position of the sun, or when you're in the woods, like if you look at how the trees grow sometimes, especially where the moss grows. I remember we have learned that, but we didn't learn anything else. We didn't try to start a fire. None of that. We were told, like, oh, don't jump into the cool pool when you just spent, I don't know, many minutes running in the sun, stuff like that. But that was it. There were special clubs for it, though, I remember. But I was not part of them. Okay. Next. Poor people shouldn't have children if they can't afford it. Just gonna make more problems to the state and increase poverty. See, I kind of agree. Only because illustrated and interactive, and I'm going to save them for my kids. The thing is though, I think only 3 are currently published. Like, by the time I have kids, like, there won't be out, which is a bit of a problem. They better speed things up. No, but I love those editions. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the Mina Lima. Mina Lima, it's the studio that created some of the graphics in the movies. But I have an opinion though about Harry Potter, and that is it did absolutely not need a reboot. I don't know, I just feel like it's too soon, because I think HBO is making it into a series, and I feel like it's just unnecessary. I don't know, the movies are there. Like, as someone who enjoys Harry Potter, I don't know, I feel like it's not necessary. Okay, next one. American English is better than British English. I have no opinion on that, actually. I grew up learning the British English mainly. In fact, when I was in school, I also was going to a club with a native speaker whose accent was British, and I also studied English in London for some time. So at some point I had like a more British accent, and then it just sort of merged into, I don't even know what accent I have at this point. Like, it's more American now, I feel like. But that's because I absorb accents very quickly and I consume a lot of American media, so that's why. But yeah, I have no opinion on that, actually. Like, I don't know, I don't see like one English better than the other, yeah. That being said, I have certain accents that I just do not really like, and okay, I'm going to shoot myself in the foot right now, but I do not necessarily find Slavic accents hot. In fact, growing up, I worked very hard on erasing the original accent that I had. Yeah. Now I feel like my accent is just like a mix of everything, really. But yeah, I don't necessarily like it, and in fact, okay, most European languages, when the people speak English, I don't find that hot. Like, some maybe I've heard Americans do. I don't. Yeah. Anyways. Alright. Cake and brownies are only 50% good without ice cream. Okay, I have a question. Why would you put ice cream on brownies? That, I don't know, I've never had that. Is it good? And cake, yeah, I can see that, but again, I like regular cakes too. I like ice cream separately, I feel like. Okay. Only 50% of pet owners are qualified to have them. This applies to parents as well. also a genre that I kind of look down on a little bit though. And it's okay, can I say it though? I don't know. In this video I don't want to get demonetized, so that might give you an idea, like, yeah. But okay, let's not talk about like that literature. Back to the opinion. It depends. I feel like it depends. There are very great contemporary authors out there as well. So, okay, 95% of songwriters' lyrics are borderline illiterate. What songs are you listening to, though? I don't know. It depends. It depends. I feel like in songwriting, people often kind of bend the language a lot so that it would sound nicely or that it would fit into a rhyme. I mean, there are good songwriters out there as well. It depends, yeah. Anyone who has a profound interest in accumulating money is utterly bereft of imagination and curiosity. I feel like I have to disagree only because I feel like in today's climate you have to be pretty creative to make a lot of money, or at least like try to rise in like social class and stuff like that. I feel like you have to be innovative and you have to do something that's a little bit different. But then it depends on like what kind of job you have, or if you have your own business and stuff like that. But I don't know, I have some background in finance, and I would say it depends. Again, it depends, like, because there are people who just are comfortable with their job that makes a lot of money, and you know, they don't need to do more. And there are people who, you know, try to be more innovative, or they are doing something that is just different from others. So depends. Okay, next one. I hope I can say, but women are generally socially and emotionally and sexually superior to men. Okay, I will actually insert my own unpopular opinion here before I'll talk about this one. Somebody has to say it, okay? In general, I feel like women age better than men. And I know that there's this narrative that like no woman is attractive in her 30s and men always look good. Since when? Like, there are exceptions. Everyone ages. Every person on this earth ages. In fact, aging is a privilege. If you do not age, it means you're dead, you know. But I feel like I find the narrative on social media kind of hilarious, especially usually coming from men that start balding at the age of 20 and whose skin looks like shoe sole. I said what I said. Again, it's only a small percentage of men that think that, right? But still, again, everyone ages, and it depends on your lifestyle and genetics and how you take care of yourself. And for that reason, I feel like a lot of women, they're used to taking care of themselves, so they continue doing that for longer, and then they end up aging better. That's my opinion. Okay. But I need to comment. I don't know, I feel like it depends on personality and values, and I feel like women value friendship with other women reason I feel like sometimes, let's say a man is friends with a woman, they assume that the woman actually likes them when she's just being nice and she's doing the same things that she would do with other women. Does that make sense? Yeah. I think what I was trying to say here is that women can naturally lead a more fulfilling social life. Okay, moving on. Okay. Art isn't subjective as far as expertise isn't subjective. Look to the Dunning-Kruger effect. I would say there is art that is more objectively valued, but at the same time, it's more subjective because everyone likes different things and everyone sees different things when they look at art. So for that reason, in a way, it must be subjective. Like, for example, I'm going to hate a painting and somebody else is going to love it. And sure, maybe more people would like this painting, so it would be objectively better. But yeah, of course, I mean, things like that will always be subjective. It depends, though. I mean, there is art for everyone, I feel like. Or music, or literature, right? I can hate something, but I can see why somebody else would like it. And sometimes I hate something and I don't understand why people like it too. Okay, next one. If Heath Ledger wasn't in The Dark Knight, it would be absolute trash. See, I've watched the movie such a long time ago, and I know that he was excellent in that movie, and he really made that movie great. So yeah, I guess I agree. He truly made that movie amazing, so yeah. Okay. Now I also have some of my own unpopular opinions. I already said some, but okay, let's get into them. I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget. So, pineapple sometimes belongs on pizza. It's good sometimes. Would I have the Hawaiian pizza every time I eat at a restaurant? No, absolutely not. But sometimes it's good to have. It's delicious, you know. Next one. Film musicals can actually be really good. I feel like I've noticed this narrative that movie musicals are just not liked. People don't want to see them, and in general, they make way less money than regular movies. I get it, but I still feel like they can be fun to watch sometimes. Would I watch a movie musical when I'm feeling down and depressed? Probably not, but it's okay to have fun sometimes. So, I don't know, I recently watched La La Land. I think that can be considered a musical too. And I loved it. I loved the movie. It has a sad ending, but it's a good movie. Okay, next one. Dating apps are cringy. I don't know. I find it to be so... I don't like them, okay? Because I feel like, first of all, it's like, to me, it's like a CV. You have your profile that, sure, maybe has some of your information. Does it actually tell you a lot of information about the person? Probably not. And then you can pretty much write anything into the profile and it doesn't matter anyway, because only looks matters on dating apps. So, and anybody that says otherwise is lying to themselves. So yeah, just not for me, and just it's so cringy because like you have no idea about the other person, and then you just end up talking about the same things, and it's just I don't know. I find are all the unpopular opinions. This was fun to film. Again, if I've disagreed with you, if I said something that you don't like, it's okay. You know, everyone has their own opinions. I mean, there's a reason why this video is called Unpopular Opinions, and I completely forgot about the fluffy cover because I was too involved in the opinions, and I completely forgot. I am so sorry. Yeah, well, next time I will just not bring it, I guess. See, this is why I don't usually use it. Okay, I'll get